Hello and welcome back to another game of Dota 2. You are still watching StarLadder. Lucky you, because we're gonna have ourselves hopefully a good game. It's this Alliance versus VIII tactics, and now of course on first sight you'd say, oh yeah, wow, this is gonna be a one-sided game, and then I'll say no. You're wrong. You know why? Because it is StarLadder. I think that a lot of you have seen yesterday that, you know, how things look on paper, it's not always gonna be the same. It's just not always going to be the way it's going to be in reality. We've seen a lot of upsets yesterday. Maybe we're going to see one today as well. It is Alliance, the Swedish Giants taking on VIII tactics. The, you know, you guess you can say the, well, not, I was going to say, like, I would say something offensive. That's not good. But VIII tactics, the underdogs from the eastern part of Europe. There we go. Fixed. So, yes, we are still on day 17. This is actually the 6th game today. The 6th of 6 games. So this is our last game today, and also because I've been casting a couple of games solo, you might be finding me a bit awkward at times, but that's okay. Because if you do find it too awkward, then there's always a Yuri that is casting as well, so you can always tune into someone else if you want to. And of course I just said that I was indeed solo casting. It's because people abandoned me. Yeah, that happens. Both Nahaz and also Mod had to go, and then I was left alone, and then nobody could fill in, and then I almost cried. No, that's not true, but it was still very sad. Let's take a look at who is gonna play a what, because of course Alliance, they have managed to secure themselves an Elder Titan as their first pickup, and with the Bristleback and Alchemist banned out, they already banned out 2 of the more tanky heroes, yet they are still going to be up against a very tanky hero, the Timbersaw, going to be supported by Crystal Maiden, with the Clockwork as well as the Venomancer removed on the side of VIII themselves, and Alliance secure themselves the support, being the Visage. Now, just before we jump ourselves into the next round of bans, let's take a quick look at the standings up until now. Alliance, they have 11 games played, 8 games won, 3 games lost. So, you know, they're not doing bad at all. They're actually sitting second highest. But because they've already lost 3 games, and SSD, Sigma, Roxkiss, Fnatic have, and Navi actually, well actually no, not Navi, but have all lost 2 or less games, they can't really afford to lose more. That's where a lot of teams are right now. Both Navi and Alliance are in the same ship, or in the same boat. I don't know which one of the saying says, but you know, they're right now not able or not allowed to lose any more games if they still want to have a solid chance to make it to the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to say it's impossible if they do lose that game, if they do lose another game, but it is going to be substantially harder, because history has taught us that if you have 4 losses, you might still go to Kiev, but might not. Well, you can still go to Kiev, but it's not up to you. It's up to your fellow teams if they lose their games or not. Now, 3 games is going to be giving you a really good chance, unless, of course, it's going to almost guarantee it for you. So far, I mean, as you see, there's still a lot of contenders here to look to go to Kiev, and it is this season more important than previous seasons, as this season, well, there's already $120K in the prize pool, so I think that says enough. By the way, VIII, the other team that we see here, they are definitely the underdog. The only win that they have is the one that they got as a free win for 4FC pulling out of the league, and that's why we see them sitting at 8 games played, 1 win, and 7 losses. So we are jumping ourselves back to the draft, because so far, well, I guess it hasn't been happening, like, not a lot has been happening lately, because it's just bans. We have got ourselves an Abaddon and a Weaver ban on the side of Alliance, just heroes that they don't want to face. And it is mid-heroes banned out for VIII. They are worried about what S4 can do here with the OD ban as well as the Puck. So they still select the Dragonite. They'll still have that solid mid-hero that can just, even maybe not win games, win lanes rather, but can at least normally not lose lanes, unless maybe he's going to be up against an IO Chaos Knight, or actually Timbersaw up against a Dragonite is a fairly decent matchup for VIII as well. But it is going to be an IO Chaos Knight combination. Now, one thing that is something that people do against this kind of lineup is either you try and shut them down before they reach level 6, and with they I actually mostly mean IO, or you make sure that you're just very far ahead and they're not going to be able to fight you once they do reach level 6, and perhaps you're gonna 5-man them at that point, in which case you can't either relocate in either. So, you know,
10 seconds remaining.
It's
5 seconds remaining.
It's possible. Wow, that was my attention span. And they already got distracted by something else. Okay, so it's not that long of an attention span. But it's gonna be okay, because I'm expecting to have an aggressive game. Because Flipside kinda... Well, after they get that level 6 up at IO, they need to be aggressive. And I'm still expecting Alliance to pick up a support that, with that Visage, can rotate out a lot. They ban out the VIII, which is a very good one to ban out, because that would indeed be a hero that they...
Alliance's turn to pick.
Well... Okay. Meepo. You know, I think I've casted a Meepo games once. I haven't casted one for Flipside, that's for sure. I would remember that. And this is the first time that Flipside picks it up in this season of StarLadder, so I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do here. Maybe their stand-in player is going to be a really brilliant Meepo player. Maybe he's the Admiral Bulldog of Meepos. I was going to point out the Enchantress still being in the pool because, of course, also one of those heroes that can be very aggressive. If I was going to finish my train of thought, that would be the pickup that I would suggest to Alliance, because I am expecting Alliance to be one of those teams that is going to try to shut down the IO before reaching level 6. And it's all going to come down to EGM and Ake, because Dragon Knight, of course, he can help out, as well as Lifestealer and Elder Titan, if they're indeed getting ganked or getting ganks going on the lanes of those heroes. But other than that, those 3 heroes will not leave their lanes until they have their core items / levels. For Dragon Knight, it's going to be levels. He's going to try to push a bit. Lifestealer is going to probably want an armlet or something like that before starting to do anything. And we have a Meepo on the game. Yes. Cool. Okay, that doesn't happen very often. Reason for that is that he's normally fairly easy to shut down, especially if he gets picked up early on. That, you know, you want to just have burst damage, and he's not going to be able to do anything about that, and he'll die fairly fast. And it's interesting to see them picking up Meepo into a Visage, because Meepo overall, Visage overall, he's of course got a great nuke with the Soul Assumption, so it's kind of risky for that Meepo if he is indeed getting ganked up by a Visage. We'll see though, we'll see how they do. Let's take a look at who is playing what, as we have got Loda playing the Lifestealer, we've got Ake on the Enchantress, EGM will take on the Visage, and that's gonna be our semi-trial and semi-safe trial, and I say semi because I'm expecting these two to be active. They've already got a smoke on the bags, in the bags of Ake, as he's warding right now. In the mid lane, we're gonna see S4 playing as Dragon Knight, no surprise there, yeah, no surprise to see Admiral Bulldog playing the Elder Titan on the offlane either. Now taking a look at the side of Flipside, Russia, the underdogs here. Can they cause an upset? Can they take down the Giants? Can they get their first physical win in here in StarLadder Star Series Season 8? We're going to see Sheasley playing the IO. He'll be paired up with the stand-in. The stand-in playing the CK, played by Sayo Leo. Okay, we're going to call him that. And they'll be in the mid lane, so they'll have a dual lane mid. We're gonna see Boik playing the Crystal Main. He'll be moved between bottom. He'll be supporting the Meepo, who is played by Legion the Slayer, Kazor. And I mean, Crystal Maiden is probably not gonna really be on the lane that much at all, because Meepo needs to get levels. That's Meepo's thing. He needs to be on a safe lane. There's no other way. He needs to get that farm. He needs to get those levels going, and otherwise. Well, otherwise he's going to be in trouble. So Crystal Maiden can't really take too much experience away from him, so we're probably going to see Boik in the jungle most. Offlane, for Flipside, Russia will be Afterlife, will play the Timber Saw, and he should be having a decent time, as we do have the double damage Visage coming into the middle lane. I mean, Dragon Knight overall, as said, a fairly safe hero. But if he's up against a dual lane with an IO and a CK, it's not an easy lane at all. On the plus side, he probably is not going to die for a while, and that means that he can be around here and actually cause the CK to well, not cause this, because IO is around here, it will mean that there's gonna be experience split up between these two, while the experience for S4 is gonna be only going to him, and that's gonna be his upside right there. And we'll see how he does though. And he already has a bottle, and he's gonna bottle Crow. I like this courier, by the way. They have had this courier for a while. This is one of the more inconspicuous couriers, especially on the dire side, and that is something that Alliance actually takes into account. Some of the couriers they don't use, like Grievous for example, they don't use because they are too obvious when flying around. Yes, that is something. Oh, Frostbite Bulldog might be in some trouble, but Aki coming around as well. They're going for Boik. The Centaur Stomp is low, comes out. Now the Stomp comes out. This should be first blood. Boom, you're dead. Aki's Ursa warrior takes it down. They're trying to dive this Meepo as well with the creep wave coming in. There's no way he's getting out of there alive. Bulldog with the kill. 3 heroes bottom lane on the side of Alliance and already a double kill, or at least 2 kills going the way of them. And he's slowing down... Well, slowing down the Crystal Maiden and most of all slowing down the Meepo. Is the most important thing there, as usually we'll get an invisibility rune. S4 going for that Dragon's Blood at level 2. Was able to get himself a bit more armor. That's always good. Chaos Knight 10 for 4 with S4 sitting on 10 to 2. So he's keeping himself even on terms of last hits, which is all you can really hope for at this point for S4. For CK and IO, of course, you're deploying 2 heroes here in the middle lane, so you should be getting ahead. So far, that is not happening just yet, though. In the meantime, Punched again. A Meepo is having a tough line. One-on-one versus an Elder Titan is not a fun place to be in. As you can see, the harassment is quite visible. Luckily for Legion, he does have a creep wave following him up, so he was able to get Bulldog away from the lane. But Bulldog, I mean, he is having a fun time. He's not going to be shut down at all. He's getting last hits. He's getting levels. He's already level 5 almost, with only 5 experience still needed, while Afterlife is still sitting at level 4. There's a big difference between the two of them. Loda, in the meantime, his last hits aren't coming that freely, but he's still keeping up with Flipside. The highest one on the last hits right now is the Chaos Knight, though, who is trying to take down a creep of the Enchantress. Let's see if... yeah, the Enchantress creep makes it safe. They couldn't really chase that because they would miss too much from it. The creep wave is going to reach the tower soon. And S4 in the meantime, 14 for 2, his magic stick is up. Magic wand, rather, already upgraded. And so far, it feels like even after these 2 kills, the only lane that's really not going all too well for Flipside is the bottom lane. But because of the recent buff on Meepo, he has already got 2 Meepos, so he should be a lot safer than he was before. He's got the Ensnare, the Earthbind rather, and of course he's got the Poof. Oh, I really hope that I can say that in a team fight. Poof, poof, poof. If he gets a kill. Oh, that would be fun! I want to say that. I want him to get a kill. I said it. Bias! Oh no! Bias caster, please. Please, Valve. No. But yeah, that's gonna be, like, he's a lot safer than he was before. In the meantime, it looks like Afterlife is getting a soul assumption, but because he's already got level 2 in that, the reactive armor, he's gonna be safe. Oh, Bulldog gets chased down. Frostbite coming in. In comes the Earthbind, but it misses. Another Earthbind could be coming. Can they hit it? There it is. Now in comes the Poof! And the Poof! It's enough! No! 1 hit! Boom! No! Not! Oh my god, he lives. 19 health. I was never worried, ever. He does not have another salve or anything like that, so he will be forced back to base, but with his spirit, he should be able to at least keep the lane slightly pushed out sooner rather than later, and perhaps he can get himself in time to get some experience. He hasn't got a teleport scroll, so he might be able to do that. In the meantime, S4, he's actually ahead right now on the CK. CK level 4, almost level 5, while the Dragon Knight's almost level 6. And that's the downside of this dual lane. If you're not gonna get any kills, you're not getting ahead in experience. And this is actually a Dragon Knight that, with a regen rune, has a potential to kill off the Chaos Knight if Io is just not close by. He is, though. Level 4.5. Doing okay-ish. But... it's just not enough just yet. And Bulldog bet bottom. Let's take a look if they can actually kill him. They want to. Crystal Maiden, level 3. Right now, taking a look at the supports of Alliance, we have a smoked up Aki. He's got a Centaur behind him. He's level 4, almost level 5. On EGM, we're seeing a level 3, so all supports across the board, not really that high level just yet, but perhaps it's going to change if Aki indeed gets himself a kill. But the moment that he walks high ground, Buick will show himself, and actually he shows himself right now. The slow comes out, the stun as well as the spirit. This should be Buick dead. The last hit goes to Aki because Bulldog frostbitten. Nicely done. The rotation though comes in. The CK and the IO, they want to take something. The reality rift up on Bulldog looking for the stun. Only 1 second. Oh, the luck is not with Flipside right now. A Radiant Courier is just flying past Bulldog, but he apparently doesn't care. Dragon Tail coming off on the Meepo. The Poof, it's not going to be there, not going to be enough. It's a kill for the Dragon Knight, and he is looking for more. Looking for perhaps having a kill on the CK, but he gets frostbitten, gets a Dragon Tail off on the Crystal Maiden, but he should be able to fly himself away. Aki doesn't have a heal, does have a slow though. They could maybe turn this around. Ooh. And actually, oh my god, they get that double kill for S4. Breathe fire. Why not? With the last inch of his mana. Afterlife coming in, but he's not able to do anything anymore. That's gonna be more kills going the way of Alliance. Flip side, not able to get anything done there, even though the rotations were heavy. Every single hero of Flip side showed himself in the Radiant jungle. Well, Alliance, they never had to rotate these two. Visage, EGM, and Loda, they didn't care. It was 3 versus 5, but Alliance still managing. They are forced to back to base, though. I guess that's a small comfort. The silver lining for Flip side. That they are having some extra free farm right now, though they didn't take any advantage of it in the middle lane, because of course the CK had to go back to base as well. And actually, it's going to be Io that gets back first, which is actually really good for him, because he does need the levels. So if he can get some solo experience here, that's all good for him. CK is level 5, of course he also needs levels, because normally you'd expect CK and Io to rotate when the Io is level 6 and the CK is level 8. Both are not just there. Not there yet. Bulldog and Aki once again diving. Quick Wave is already there. They want to go for this Meepo here. Should be able to do it. He's going to poof away though. And the other Meepo sitting safely behind the tier 2 tower. And Buick wisely not coming closer. I do see him with the ward over there. But they're not going for it. They're going to go for the tower. Even S4 there. He has got a Dragon Form if he wants to use it for pushing. But he probably just wants to use it for kills. They're going to get the tower anyway. Dragon Form or not. Siege Creep gets the last hit. Not as good as it could be, but it's still pretty decent. Putting the, whoa! Putting the gold in favor of Alliance. Of course, that was already the case, but look at this net worth graph. It is not just going in favor of Alliance. It is very, very much in favor of Alliance. I mean, even Enchantress, of course, she's been in 4 out of the 5 kills. She's been doing really well. Aki is sitting on 2.3k gold net worth. While the highest off flip side is the offlaner Timbersaw. Sitting on 2.1k, and that's a very big difference. Looks like now the Dragon Form comes out, they want to push more. They know that at this moment Flipside does not really have the means to fight back. The only one that could do that is the Timbersaw, and Timbersaw is still accounted for on the top lane because Loda sees him, and of course he's not going to be able to kill off anything here, so he might be rotating. Perhaps that's going to be something that... No, he can't. Actually, he could be picking up a TP scroll at the side shop, and then he could. We have got Visage almost level 6. Of course, level 6 was already there on Enchantress, and then taking a look at the supports of Flipside, level 4 and 5. It's not going that fast. It's not going that fast indeed, as we do see Meepos getting brought back to base. This Meepo is poofing. He should be, unless he's poofing to himself and just getting the last hit, that could be the case. He's actually getting a belt of strength, almost has his treads. I say almost, but he just needs 500 gold, which in this game doesn't seem to be coming very easy for him. 5k gold in favor of Alliance. We're 9 minutes in. 5 kills, 5k. Oh well. Experience graph, of course, not showing any difference apart from in terms of numbers, but it's greatly in favor of Alliance at this point of the game, and it doesn't feel like they've even really tried that hard just yet. Of course, the rotations of Aki has tried. Loda has just been free farming. He's actually got almost he has got almost his drums complete. With his drums, there we go. He has his drums ready. Phase drums. I wouldn't be surprised to see him also going for a Sanji Yasha, just go for that extra movement speed, which is very nice to have if you're up against something like an IO and CK, because overall they're just a very fast pair. So you want to be fast on your own. Oh, in comes the gank. There is a ward there though, so they see this coming. The teleport's coming in also. Everybody wants to be here. In comes the stun. No, Dragon Tail comes out first. In comes the Earth Splitter. CK forced back. It hits actually up on the Meepo. They're not able to take him down just yet though. They need to go for the CK. He gets a 3-second stun, which is great and all, but he's not able to follow up on it. That's a double kill for Aki. Killed off the IO, killed off the CK. It is gonna be a Meepo dead as well. I mean, there's only 2 heroes left alive. And again, it's 3 versus 5. It's just Aki, Bulldog, and S4 here. Who needs EGM and Loda? They're just playing a totally different game. Oh, it's good to know that Meepo's net worth is bugged. Okay, yes, I should have known that. Because of course he is 2. So that's good to know, but he's still not really all that much higher, though. Thanks for pointing that out to me. I should have noticed that. Sitting on 60 net worth, which is just the amount of gold that he has in his pocket. Level 5 still. Level 6 still for the CK. Wants to get that level 8. In the meantime, Load on EGM. Nearing the tower.
Top tower is under attack.
That's be very boring right now in this game. And there we go. Loda says, I've had enough. I've got my face. I've got my drums. I want to freaking kill someone. Show me blood. Give me blood. Want to kill a meepo. Everybody wants to have kill a meepo. How often do you get the chance to kill meepos in a competitive match, right? Let's see. Dragon Tail. The infest is there. He really wanted to kill a meepo. He gets his chance. It's S4 that takes the last hit though. But ownage being called at a 0-9. Gold graph plummeting. Still no surprise there. It's going to be a tier 2 tower that gets picked up as well, perhaps. Nah, there's no way he can get this tower in time. And actually the TP comes in from S4. He's looking for a kill with the haste rune still. It's about to run out though, so yeah, he's not going to be able to chase that. Doesn't want to try and suicide for that one. I guess I can't really put... I'll put the gold per minute in there. I think the gold per minute is accurate. I'm going to actually check with the chat. Oh, relocate. EGM. Oh, EGM, you're by yourself. Well, finally, they get a kill. Yay. Boots of travel for the visage.
Radiant's middle tower
okay.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Well, perhaps now with the relocate, flip side will have a better chance on fighting this, but the relocate's on cooldown again. They have to make sure they don't give too much away in between the relocates. He now can teleport to his own birds. That is quite imba actually. It's pretty nice. I didn't actually think of that. Yeah, the GPM is correct. In the meantime, there is an ensnare up on a troll. What that was. Aki just took down a solo meepo. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. 1, it's a meepo. 2, it's Aki's enchantress. But it's still gonna be a meepo picked off by something that is not really that bursty. Sustainable damage is what it is. Open wounds, Timber Saw, he'll still get slow, but he's able to Timber Chain himself away. Gets forced out though, so this should mean a tower going the way of Alliance would be the last outer tier 1 tower. In the meantime, Aki still by himself here on this bottom lane. We'll get a 2-second stun. Reality Rift coming in as well. He should go down. Yep.
Top tower is under attack.
The second kill of the game for Flipside. They do lose another tower for it. This one is a tier 1 top. Not tier 2 just yet.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
S4 Dragon Tail gets it off. There we go. That's going to be a slow there as well. There are enough bursts coming in. Familiar disables. That's a good trade. Trading an Enchantress for Timber Saw. Timber Saw was, of course, one of the higher farmed heroes on the map for Flipside. $12k gold in favor of Alliance. I mean, really. At this point in the game, Flipside, they need nothing short of a miracle to get themselves back, or they need Alliance to make some big mistakes. And to be honest, they are giving some free kills. I mean, there's sometimes one of Alliance on one side of the map. I mean, Aki was by himself. Oh, there's a Lifestealer sitting in Bulldog. He might not have a blink dagger, but he's going for it. The relocate, actually, he was hoping for that one. The 3-second stun still comes out, but it doesn't matter because Loda is here to save the day to relocate out. Nice and all, but he'll be back, and he'll be back by himself. He'll be back to die. It's a wasted relocate. Of course, he was hoping that he could get the CK out of there, but he was too late for that one. Familiars are already sitting ready to try and stop him. The overcharge is there. Loda actually taking quite a bit of damage. He took a Timber Saw with him. Timber Saw. Oh my god, he came in to die, and the Familiars are still chasing down the aisle. He is able to tether himself to creep a bit faster there. That might be fast enough. He's still getting chased down. Bulldog. He's got another Spirit in a second. He has got himself... Spirit? It's not enough. The stomp is not going to be happening enough. No, that's not a kill. But he did teleport in a Timber Saw to die, so that's quite friendly of him. Friendly that he allowed Lions to still take a kill off that one. In the meantime, Meepo doing Meepo things. He's got his treads, he's got his Open Venom, and he's got a tier 1 tower. In the meantime, everybody of Alliance has taken on the last outer tower of Flipside, which is a tier 2 middle. And S4, he's got his Dragon Form up again in 7 seconds. He's already got a Shadow Blade. We're waiting for this Chaos Knight to maybe make some big plays happen. He is level 8, so he's got his level 4 of his stun as well as his Reality Rift. But Alliance, they're having this advantage that is very difficult to fight back from. They've got the mechanism up on the Elder Titan. fighting potential is here. The Armlet and the Vlad's ready up on the Lifestealer, but the Vlad's in the base. Dragon Tail, Crystal Maiden, Breathe Fire. It's gonna be enough. Boom, you're dead. Elder Titan with the Spirit. Actually, in comes EGM. He's got an infested Lifestealer sitting inside of him. This is a Visage with a Lifestealer. He's hoping that he's gonna get Reality Rifted upon, but it's actually Bullock that happens, and now they go in up on the IO first. Chaos Knight was still able to at least stun up one, but he doesn't even get the kill. He goes down as well. That's gonna be 3 dead. Meepo's still alive. The Timbersaw is still alive, but both hiding in their fountain because that's the only place they feel safe right now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Open wounds, this time on the Crystal Maiden. You're dead, Buick. Nice try, dude. And it looks like okay, it looks like the game is about over, but flip side, apparently they still have some hope of getting back into this because they haven't called a GG just yet. Dragon Tail again, this time on a Meepo. He's able to get himself away though, he should be. He is actually going in. Reality Rift up on EGM, he gets picked up. Alliance, if they stick around too long, they will pick up the Meepo still, and they should be able to get the kills tonight as well. Timbersaw and Crystal Maiden making their way back to base. The buyback on the CK is there. 3 seconds on him, Bulldog. Reality Rift does not put him in the fountain, but it doesn't matter, he still dies. Loda in the meantime, he doesn't care for heroes, he cares for buildings. Aki, Reality Rifted, will heal up. 3 seconds stun, doesn't hurt him. His nature's attendance, and never mind, he still goes down. Lifestealer picking up the Chaos Knight in the meantime, and Loda chasing down the Crystal Maiden afterwards with his Armlet on. He doesn't care about tier 4s, one more hit needed. Should be able to get the kill. Boom, you're dead. In the meantime, Afterlife gets himself a triple kill as he has taken down another one of Alliance's heroes. He might be able to take down his 4 as well, but no! There comes Aki. That's another kill, and it is going to be Loda scrambling out of the base of the enemy as well. Meepo is the only hero left alive for the team of Flipside. Blink Dagger up on EGM. Alliance. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. They go in up on the Meepo, tries to poof himself out, but he's actually poofing himself in, and that's gonna be another kill going the way of Loda. Unstoppable right now. It is gonna be the Rex that finally will fall with one more punch. There we go. That's gonna be the way to do it. Reality Rift the stun. 4 seconds up on S4 with the Timber Chain. S4, he'll get picked up, and in comes the Earth Splitter. It is gonna be the Timbersaw that gets picked up from that one. The TP coming in. Boots of travel for everybody. Boots of travel for this Dragon Knight as well. Buick, the last one alive for his team, but he is again safe in his fountain. In the meantime, the ranged Rex will get picked up. It is Alliance once again that is victorious, or should be victorious here, with 22k gold in their favor. 20k almost. Well, no, I'm over exaggerating. It's about, you know, 17k experience in their favor. It's still a lot though, it's still a lot, and even though we can't look at the Meepo's net worth, I was kind of curious to see the CK's net worth, and it's still below that of the Visage. The Visage with the Blink Dagger and the Boots of Travel. We have also got, of course, our kill score, which is a Lifestealer that hasn't died yet, and like at any point in this game. And it's just out of control at this point. We still see Flipside try though. They're gonna go for it again. The rage comes out before the stun actually hits. The open wound is still there. Loda, why are you diving tier 4 towers? Oh, okay. He's diving tier 4 towers, backs himself off. The Spirits of Io still kind of hitting, but he turned his armlet off, so he will be having a backup should he be needing to turn it on again. Aki getting stunned up, but he's gonna be fine. Infest out. It will be the Meepo that is trying to make something happen. The Timbersaw is the one to get himself a kill. Elder Titan dying as well as the Enchantress, but Meepo dies as well as the Crystal Maiden. Io dead as well. S4, Loda, EGM still on the base. They're just coming back in every single time with Boots of Travel. They don't need to really wait either. Oh, Dragon Tail. One Meepo gets ahead of the other, and the Meepo gets picked off. Now in comes another Dragon form, and that should be spelling the end of the melee Rex here in the middle lane. Another Dragon Tail coming out. This Chaos Knight in some trouble. Nor this Dragon Knight in some trouble. Yep, Dragon Knight in more trouble than the Chaos Knight. Knights in trouble, I guess. They're looking for a relocate up on EGM, but he blinks himself away into a tree where they weren't expecting a Loda, actually, who tried to come in to help out his teammate, but he is gonna be surrounded by 4. He's at least able to take down 1, but he will actually get picked up. But let's get it fast. Oh. He has it on cooldown. That's his godlike streak taken by the Timbersaw. 1200 gold. And in all this time, it is actually Flipside that defends their base. That was a very long fight. And even though I called a couple of times that Alliance would have had that victory, I did kind of cast it as if it wasn't. And figured, you know, why not try to practice my play-by-play a bit by having something like that happen. But oh my god, they actually managed to do it. I was not expecting that. Goldcraft though, I mean, it dips back up a little bit. Like there's a little dip in that, but it's still pretty far in favor of Alliance. Experience graph, same story. One thing that Alliance needs to do right now is just go in with the 5 of them, because they've been running in one by one and buybacking one by one like for a long time. And actually might be that they're still doing that because they're going in again. Maybe they're gonna relocate. No, they're not gonna relocate. Look for a second like they were. It's on cooldown though, never mind that. S4 and EGM running forward. They're not going to be able to catch out the CK because he teleported out. Meepo is farming in the jungle in the meantime. And the IO and the Crystal Maiden running back to base. Running back to Fountain even. As Dagon's getting picked up aplenty. Dagon for Enchantress. Dagon for the Timber Saw. Range Rex picked up. And that's going to be one lane of Rex left to take down. And they might be able to find some kills first. Aki, ooh, careful. Runs himself out of the base. The moment that he realized he might be in too far. That's an Dagon level 2 for the Timber Saw. Might be fun to use out. Loda, he goes up on the CK. The Dragon Tail comes out as well. The CK dies. Looking for the next one. The Earth Splitter coming out. The Meepo dies. It's not the Earth Splitter though. That was the Dagon doing work. Frostbite coming in up on Loda. He doesn't have a range just yet. Doesn't matter. This Crystal Maiden will die in Fountain or not. Afterlife. Timber Chase himself outside of the Fountain. Infest out will keep Loda alive. The Timber Saw not so lucky. And that he wasn't even able to use his Dagon right there. Could have killed off Loda if he was. And that's going to be a team wipe. Nobody dies of Alliance this time. As said, if they run in with 5, they should be able to take a good fight. And they did. And they're going to go for the tier 4 towers. Why not? Because tier 4s are the road to victory in this one. Fortification. Okay. Slow. Overcharge. Oh. Well, that was a kill. That's all tier 4's towers dead as well. Alliance, they want to close this out. They want to call the, or they want, well, they want the EGM. They get EGM. EGM buys back though. He can teleport himself back. More Dagons. Dagons level 2. Dagons for everybody. Dagons for the Lifestealer. Dagons for the Elder Titan. And this Dagon gaming right here. Oh, the CK. It gets stunned up and he will get taken down. The same thing as the Meepo. As it is again 3 dead. It was actually 4 dead, but 1 actually bought back EGM. He already just died. He can't afford to die again because he doesn't have buyback this time. He will not be able to block either. He runs himself back out of the base. Reality Rift still puts him back, but the GG is not called. But the throne falls, which means that the GG virtually is here. Alliance take a victory over Flipside 23 minutes into this game. It could have ended earlier, I think, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Flipside, they will still not have a physical win here in StarLadder. The only win that they have is the one they've given for free because 4FC pulled out. Thank you for watching StarLadder today. Of course, this was day 17. Tomorrow we'll see day 18, and also we'll start at 1600. So it's the same time as today. That is an hour earlier than we normally have, and that means that we are going to be seeing 6 games again. Let's take a quick look at who we're going to see tomorrow. We're going to see the retry of... we are going to see the retry versus Alliance. OSG versus Na'Vi. Na'Vi versus Flipside. Na'Vi versus Relax. SSD versus the retry. And SSD versus OSG. Those will be our games tomorrow. 1600 CET time is the time that will start. So make sure you tune back in then for more StarLadder action, hopefully for me, and for my voice, and for you as well. I'll be having a co-caster with me then again as well, because... well, it's just kind of needed. It would be nice. Anyways, I am going to be back here in just a moment to tell you that you should stick around to watch some commercials if you want to support me, and otherwise have a great night, but I will tell you all of that again, face to face, or something. Well, face to camera. Awesome. Let's go.